times don't last, but tough people do. True that staying committed to life is powerful, for life always finds a way. I, Niru, Coordinator Primary, is here to host today's program and wish for your wellness all the time. This unprecedented Corona 19 has prevailed all over the world, but this time should in fact inspire us to work harder and contribute towards building a self reliant, modern, prosperous, and happy nation. We have the capacity to face billions of challenges. I know this sounds easy to our ears to hear and tongue to speak, but when life shares its a real form of toughness with us, it is difficult to face it. But, dear friends, it is possible when someone very motivational is around us, like Dr. Indu Arneja, who is going to present a motivational talk today. For this, I would like to request our worthy principal ma'am, Mrs. Rajdeep Kaur Olak, to come ahead for a formal welcome. Ma'am, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Neeru ma'am. A very cheerful good evening to everyone who have joined the session today. We are going through tough times indeed, and the best way to sail through is to support each other and be connected. We all are confined to our homes and are in need of some fresh air. So today, we are having the privilege to meet Dr. Indu Aneja, a practicing psychologist and a life coach. Being with her is always so refreshing. That is why I use the phrase fresh air. I extend my heartiest welcome to Dr. Indu Aneja for today's session. We are so glad to have you with us today, ma'am. Dr. Indu is a practicing psychologist and a life coach. She is a core group member of Advisory Board on Health and Mental Health for Nation Human Rights Commission. She is a visiting faculty to some very prestigious organizations like IIM Ahmedabad, Delhi Judicial Academy, Maulana Azad Medical College, Delhi University, IGNOU, and PHFI. She has over 30 years of experience in the field of psychology and training. She has multiple YouTube ongoing programs under the title Heart to Heart Talk with Dr. Indu Aneja and Master Stroke with Dr. Indu Aneja. She's a regular invitee in national and international conferences. Ma'am, it's such a pleasure to have you here today. And I am sure all those who are going to connect with us today are going to benefit immensely by this program. Ma'am, I request you to take over the session, please.
Thank you so much, Rajdeep, for such an elaborate introduction. I really hope that I come true to your expectations. It's always a pleasure to speak on this platform because I know people who are connected with this platform are genuinely very keen to do good to this society. And people in the audience, I'm sure the time that we all are going through is extremely tough, and it's very difficult to stay focused, stay positive, stay calm. But I really hope that this session empowers us with the ideas how to go about doing it. So I really, my heart goes for all those who are suffering directly because of the COVID or indirectly because of the COVID. There are a number of fronts where we all are facing this situation in some or the other way. And in no way my session is to undermine the impact of this, pandemic on some of us who have directly lost, some family members. I don't think any amount of motivational talk or discussion can actually heal unless you decide to heal yourself. So I really feel bad for those who have lost their family members or those who have lost their relatives or friends. And some of us have actually suffered the disease very closely and are still in the process of recuperating. We are still not out of it. Some, you know, call and tell that they have breathing difficulty or they are not comfortable, they are feeling depressed, they are not able to get back to normal life. So I know all this is really very shocking and painful for all of us. And I think the only way that I can look at it is that we all need to come together and face it together. Rajdeep, if you could mute your device, that will be nice because there's little echo. Yeah. So I think the attempt that I'm going to make here is just to be with all of you, to be with all of you, and see if I can give some idea on how do you go about handling this situation, and face the situation, and with courage, as very rightly said by Neeru, that tough times do not last, but tough people do. So I think it's time to make ourselves tough, to check our toughness, to work on our, toughness. So I know COVID has impacted a lot of us in different way. Actually, the complete lifestyle has changed. So somewhere in the March and April of this year, 2021, I was hoping that now we are moving back to normalcy. But I think to my surprise and to I think all of your surprise, the second wave has actually, completely done away with that hope, and we are finding ourselves in much more difficult time, because I think the last wave did not have so many deaths to see. But this wave, we are seeing a lot of people, losing life, a lot of people losing their family members. So I know it's a very big, kind of a shock for all of us. So it has this whole 1.5 year has completely changed our lifestyle. The things that were so normal and usual are completely out of place. For example, children going to school, we going to office, people going for their work, going out for marketing, marriages, functions, get-together, socialization. Everything has completely stopped for a while. So it's quite a big shock for anybody and everybody. Uh, if I talk about the direct impact of COVID on all of us, I think the major impact is the irregular timings we all are facing. So there is no correct time to sleep or to get up or to work or to eat or to do your homework or studying for exam or going to job, because we are all working from home, doing everything from home at home. So there is no fixed time for anything. So even the biological clock of food and sleep and rest has completely gone out of place. And I'm sure some of you are definitely facing a lot of challenges on your income front, because many of you may have lost your business, many of your jobs may have gone. So the financial stress, I think, is another major stress we all are facing, and I understand how it impacts when you cannot, look after your basic needs. So I know asking somebody to, be positive and stay calm is something like a very realistic kind of expectation. But at the same time, let me tell you that it's all within us. It is all within us. And I'm sure you must have seen in the last 1.5 years that we all have come strong through this COVID time. So very mindfully, I would say that we have to process this situation and stay positive. So there are both the things right in front of you, something that gives you happiness and something that appears to be painful. But you have to very mindfully stay positive and stay focused. So some of the ways that I'm going to recommend you as a psychologist or as your as your friend or as your guide is that choose to focus on positive. It's difficult, I know, but you have to very mindfully choose to keep your eye on what is happening good around you, and you really need to count your blessings, because something like I would say that if your family is not affected, and if you're fortunate that you haven't lost a any close friend or family or relative, I would say it's a blessing that we are some of the lucky ones. Then if you have a house, if you have a shelter, if you are living with your family, if your family is with you, I would say count your blessing, because if you see a lot of people, migrating from one place to another or losing their home, they are living somewhere, but they have lost their job and they have nowhere to go. They are literally on road. So if we compare ourselves with them, I think we would know that we are much lucky than many of us. And like for example, I do see people, cribbing about lost business, lost income. I would still say that if you have some savings to feed your family, to look after their basic needs, I would say focus on that and be thankful to Almighty, because a lot of us do not have even that saving to look after the family. So if I can mindfully remain positive and think that it's all right, it's just a passing phase. For example, if it is raining outside and I say it's raining, and I cry about that rain is not going to stop. But I need to sit and think, okay, it's raining outside, I cannot go out. Let me think what I can do sitting at home, because there will be a number of things on your mind that you thought that you want to, do if you get time to, sit and work at home. So you have to literally shift your focus, shift your perspective to focus on things that you can do by staying at home, by staying with your family. So I would say one thing that I would recommend all of you is to sit and reflect. I think in the fast pace of life, Rajdeep, is it okay if I'm speaking in English? If you want me to speak in Hindi, I'm more than comfortable. But it should reach everybody. That's the agenda.
Ma'am, good evening. If you could be bilingual, maybe.
ओके ओके एक्चुअली होता क्या है कि मैं जब हिंदी पे आ जाती हूँ तो पूरी तरह हिंदी पे आ
नहीं
जाती
नहीं
हूँ.
मैम, कोई
It's okay,
बात
I'll
नहीं,
try.
कोई बात नहीं. We have people from different stratas of society, so we can have bilingual. That would be very nice
ठीक
for
है,
everyone.
मैं दोनों को बीच में रख.
Right,
Thank you for
thank you.
reminding. Yeah, thank you for reminding. Yeah. So जैसे मैं कह रही थी कि इतनी भाग दौड़ में हम हमेशा सोचते रहे कि आई विश मुझे टाइम मिले, मैं बैठकर सोचूं कि मैं क्या करना चाहता हूँ या मैं क्या करना चाहती हूँ, या मैंने इतना टाइम अपने आप को नहीं दिया, मैंने सोचा नहीं कि मेरी प्रायोरिटीज क्या है. I think this is the best time to sit and reflect what I have done, what I wanted to do, or what can I do. Another important thing जो मुझे लगता है कि जो हम इतने सालों मिस करते रहे, that is like giving time to your family, especially जहाँ दोनों पेरेंट्स वर्किंग हैं, सुबह जाते हैं, शाम को आते हैं, लेट घर पहुंचते हैं, घर आके घर का काम करना होता है. So you hardly had any time to sit and interact with your family, with your parents, with your children. I think this is the best time to spend time with your family members. Also, I think another